I came here to speak about Brazilian regulations and implications for money transfer companies in the U.S. and also the ones willing to go to Brazil and do money transfers in Brazil.
What, in a nutshell, is the message you want to get across to the participants about Brazilian regulation?
Okay, Brazilian regulations, the key issue is that Brazilian regulations are very clear about how to handle money transfers and remittances to and from Brazil. And because of many money laundering issues from many years of corruption and tax evasion type of thing, players in the market may miss the point. And my strong advice for them is to follow the rules and do everything by the book, avoiding further issues, especially because the laws are very specific that not following the rules, not going through the proper channels will make the activity as a crime, as a criminal activity, which causes way more concerns than just a regular illegal activity.
So, is it more a matter of businesses being ignorant of the law or purposely skirting it, purposely ignoring it?
I think there's a combination of both. Number one, things have been changing in Brazil as well. Rules and laws have been modified and adjusted to accommodate the reality of the market and also to prevent tax evasion and money laundering. So the one part of it, or a big part of it, is just that people don't know about those rules. And the second portion is because, as the core of the money laundering system is trying to purposely find a way to, not, do the right thing. So there's a combination of both here. And specifically with Brazilian market or Brazilian related money transfer market, you see a very good chunk of the money going through these informal channels, if I would say.
When the transfers take place between America and Brazil, there's laws from both countries to consider, aren't there?
Correct.
Are they similar, or how do you meld the laws from the two countries in terms of international transfers?
The laws are somewhat similar, especially when it comes to compliance. But the main issue is whether you're complying with Brazilian laws in the U.S. Most money transfer companies, most players will definitely comply with U.S. laws. They are here, they don't want to run the risk, so they're doing everything they can to comply with U.S. laws. But most of the time, they don't think they have to comply with laws abroad. And that's the issue. Combining this knowledge and following Brazilian laws as Mexican laws, as Chinese laws, is a little bit tricky. And specifically with Brazil, Brazilian laws require to whatever financial transfer or financial transaction that occurs with a foreign exchange situation, it has to go through a bank or what the Brazilian law calls authorized entity. So it has to be someone that is already approved by the bank with a license there and so on. And I cannot just say, hey, give me your money and I have a bank account in Brazil, I'll transfer to your mom. That doesn't work well with the law, and unfortunately that's what some people are doing.
Are Brazilian laws stricter than most South American or most international countries?
I would say it is similar. I've heard yesterday that Mexico has already enacted a bunch of new laws in April, and that stepped up the whole thing. The game in Mexico is getting tougher. Brazilian laws are very strict for a number of reasons. Brazil is, historically facing, has always been facing some issues with tax evasion, corruption and under the table payments. Since the early 90s or mid 90s, I would say, this game has been also changing, and then that's why the new rules or the rules since 86, 92 on have been, being stricter and stricter and stricter, making the game a little bit more complicated or more sophisticated for criminals to operate. But don't take me wrong, criminals are always trying to find their way, so the more the laws and the government gets sophisticated, the more sophisticated it also becomes. So it's just a combination of things.
Sure. And as technology changes, also
That's right. That's another game changer. You know, technology opens the door for many other reasons. You know, many other things. Think about it. You go on your cell phone today, and you do whatever you want to do online. So you can, on your cell phone here in the U.S., have a bank account in Brazil, in China, and you have the app right there, and you're moving international deals right here. So how are we going to prevent that? How are we going to control that? E-wallet is a concept that's beautiful, but compliance is raised too many flags.
What are your thoughts on the conference itself? What have you seen so far that's really impressed you, and what are you looking forward to?
Well, I've been coming here to IMTC for a while, and I think they've been growing a lot. I see more new players in this industry. I see a lot of new people participating, not only on the trade fair, but also speaking and telling their experience on the market, and things that most people don't know. As I mentioned, Mexico. Yesterday, one of the speakers was talking about Mexico laws and new Mexico laws that came out. I guarantee, based on what I saw, the discussions, the questions, most people didn't even have a clue of this new trend. So it's great to have an entity doing this kind of thing. It's great to have this conference, and I look forward to continue updating my knowledge about money transfer through the IMTC.